the thing I hate about these demonstrations is every time you screw up, you've got to start again and make another new wheel. All I'm doing is just marking the centre of this piece with my centre finding jig, just so I can now cut out a new wheel and then catch up with you over there on the bandsaw. Hi, let me introduce you to what I affectionately call my wallflower, only because it appears in most of my projects. However, it doesn't really get an honorary mention. It is my circle cutting jig. Naturally, it was designed under SketchUp, cut out on the laser. That's why you can see all the black burn marks or whatever. One of the features of it is, and this is just purely cosmetic, is it's got some gears in it whereby you can move this along using the gears. That way you can actually sneak up on the mark rather than tap it along, and then you tap it too far, then you've got to pull it back, etc. Some of the features of it are, you can attach this mag switch down onto this base, hold it in place, and that certainly won't move, or not with these anyway. It's got a 19mm miter track that comes naturally standard with it, but also it comes with a 20mm miter track, because some machines, damned if I know why, actually come with a 20mm miter track, and they are basically interchangeable. The jig does have these markings on it. They're not really measurement markings, they're just there for reference purposes, so you can move it along one notch there and then you move it the same many number of notches on this side. It also has this stop nut there, which will stop it when the pin, this pin here, reaches the blade, and oh, that should be straight, reaches the blade and stops it against the side of the bandsaw table. It's got these two sliding pieces, one, they move sort of independent of each other. Naturally that only comes out that way. If you want a bigger wheel, you move it to that slot there. Effectively, you'll see the use of these double sliding things when we go over to the disc sander. Anyway, what I've done is I've got myself a piece of wood, and I'm a lazy bastard. I'm going to cut two wheels out, and why carry around two pieces of wood when I can carry around one piece? So I'm going to cut them both out of this piece. Now, with my ruler, this measures roughly 90mm, not quite. So what I've done is I've marked off a couple of holes with about a 45 diameter radius. However, to make sure I don't overdo it, for the demo purposes, I'm just going to make this a 40mm radius. Now I put this against the bandsaw blade, the ruler, and there's a mark at the centre of this pivot pin, and I'll move this thing back using the gears until that mark is on the 40mm mark. Then I will lock both hang on, yep, no, that's okay, lock both of these in. Now let's move that out of the way, we don't want to be cutting through that. Let's put the piece in there, and now you've got the choice. You can either, and I'll do it this way too, I'll use this mag switch, because the last time I tried this demonstration I moved the table and buggered up the piece. So we'll do it, let's go. Oops, turn it on, move it into the cut, lock that off, spin that around without any fear of the table moving. But now don't forget to undo that, otherwise you won't be able to move it back. Okay, let's stop the wheel. Now, a quick explanation. T&J wheels basically come in two halves. The inner half just has the diameter of the axle, while the outer half has the diameter of the rim that you're going to use. Now what T&J recommend is that you cut out both wheels like that, then you take this over to your drill press again, jam it in, and then hog out the middle hole. Bugger that, that's too much hassle. What I've done is I've made this 3D printed insert, and if you've got a lathe, you can quite easily turn one of those to fit inside there, naturally you won't have the holes there. The holes are there for a, not cosmetics or looks, it's basically because I just wanted to save material. And it's just as strong as it is. That sits in there, doesn't matter which way you do it. Put it on, start the bandsaw up, oops, turn that off, push it in till it hits, turn that mag switch on, put it out of the way, and voila, the mag switch off, and pull it out of the way. Now, as I said, I sort of forgot, I didn't use the mag switch last time, and the item moved, not that it mattered, but in a demo, you know, it just looked bad. So anyway, there's the two pieces. What I'm going to do now is take it over to the disc sander. Okay, here we are over at the disc sander. We don't need the mag switch here, and put that aside. And I'll show you what the two wheels are for. You put the line them up both pretty well, and pushing on both wheels, you push that into the wheel just a little bit, lock the bottom. You'll find that this top one moves quite loosely, and what you can do is just edge it out a little bit, and you can sneak up on the thing, on the sanding pad, and get yourself that little bit extra clearance without overshooting it and flattening it out. Not only that, with that locked in, that bottom one locked in, and you push that right up against it, you make sure every wheel is the same diameter. Okay, let's turn it on, give that a bit of tightness to give it a bit of resistance, and notice too, as I'm turning this wheel, I'm continually pushing slightly on this to feed it into it, because once it reaches the bottom piece, it can't go any further. There we go. Now that didn't take much of an effort, only because I had a small I had I think a 1/4 inch bandsaw blade, which made the circle quite smooth to start off with anyway. So there's that. Now for the other one, again, with that same insert, put it on there. Hopefully the wheels are the same size, the settings are the same. So off we go, turn it on, and off we go again. There you have it. Just a word of warning, when you're sanding, just make sure you keep your knuckles away, because believe me, the sandpaper makes a hell of a lot more mess of flesh than it does of timber. Or better still, if it cuts through timber, it'll cut through flesh. Anyway, that's it. What I'm going to do now is add on one of the other jigs and continue on demonstrating how I can use this on the sanding block. Okay, for this functionality, basically what you do is you swap out this middle piece, replace it with this little unit here. Where's the hardware? Here we are. Bloody hardware all the time, Jesus. Okay, then what you do is you loosen that, slide that in till you're ready, tighten that up, turn that on and spin it. Well, I'm not going to demonstrate this one basically because I've already done it, and I don't want to do it again. But you will see that that is, now see if I can get this in the camera, that is the type of profile you finish up getting onto the wheel. It's just that 45-degree angle there, and that's it. Now there are other units for outfitting. Now this particular part is designed for a 1/4 inch spindle, while that one's a 9mm spindle. And then you've got this other unit, which I shall swap this out and then demonstrate. Okay, here's a quick demo of this jig attachment. I've already done one side, I'm just going to show you how I do the other side. The bottom piece has been locked in, this one is free moving at the moment. On comes the sander, push it in, Voila, I think you might be able to see the profile of it. Hang on, let's see what we can see. Yeah, I've made it angled a little bit more than on the other one, but you can see basically what it does. I've done it quickly, I haven't really bothered, you know, it's a bit rough in one respect, but a bit of hand sanding or flatten out those, flatten out those edges, God, that's it for that one. Thank you.